Sorry this video was late. TPOT 4 has been released and as usual, it's pretty good. I think one of the most important things about this episode is how fast it came out compared to previous ones. Only taking a month after the last episode. This is amazing in terms of how long TPOT will take to finish, as well as the confirmation that each episode 2 people will be put up for elimination. I seriously had people debating me in the comments whether or not it would be double elimination every episode, which makes no sense since it was obviously going to be. This episode, Saw and Cloudy got eliminated. While I'm happy that Saw is gone, considering her basic gimmick of yelling 8 was getting very old, Cloudy is a character I was not ready to say goodbye to. As funny as he is sometimes, I think Bottle would have been much better to get eliminated, and despite my bias of loving Rocky so much, he probably deserved to be eliminated more. Saw's elimination plays into the episode since she was the one who discovered the funny plant. And now only 7 remain on Earth. Each team must protect one. First 2 to let their plant die, or the first team to kill any of the other plants are up for elimination. I think this challenge is a pretty good one, allowing variety since each team is put somewhere entirely unique and therefore has to protect the plant differently. They did this pretty well, but some of the teams clearly had more screen time than others. Not that I actually counted, because all the teams had to do was to protect an inanimate object. They all had one thing they had to manage because of their environment. So I'm going to go over each team and my thoughts on how interesting their team's personal challenge was. The strongest team on Earth was sent to the tundra after Snowball peaked at the cards. The challenge here is keeping the flower from freezing to death. This is initially done by Belle singing to the flower. That's it. This is apparently because sound can produce heat. After a while of Belle doing this, her bracelet falls off. Now the team has to find another way to warm the flower, which makes no sense. They end up lighting Grassy on fire to warm the flower, the tension coming from his bracelet burning with him. So when the bracelet burns, the flower will no longer be warm. This is really stupid. Why didn't someone just remove their own bracelet and help Belle's put hers back on? And why did Grassy and the bracelet take so long to burn? While kind of funny, the strongest team on Earth's part of the episode felt very poorly thought out to me. Are You Okay is similarly boring, but at least brings us back to David Land. While the team's challenge was very simple, just don't upset the Davids, the location alone makes this worth it. It does make sense that with 6 teams, some of them wouldn't be as interesting, but the simplicity keeps going. I don't remember what the S did beyond one scene showing off their location. It's space, and a deadly quasar attacks, but they're in protective pods, so nothing happens. That's it. The scene is kind of funny, with Bottle explaining the quasar, and Rocky drowning himself with barf, but that's all that there is. Teammates is in Yo-Yo Land. They get one scene showing how the soil in Yo-Yo Land is so fertile, they don't have to do anything. Then it's done. Moving on. Okay, now we have an actual team. Just Not is in the desert and must collect water for the funny plant. This is kinda funny, with Nelly using Bommy to get cactus water, and Nickel finding a living water bottle and asking if he can use her innards. Then they lose because Cake pours cursed water on the funny plant. The jokes were at least pretty good, with Book reading a motivational quote to help the plant, as well as the consistent gag of Pillow cheating at Yo-Yo Chest. Death Pact again is my favorite team, and they definitely get the most focus this episode. They are sent to the jungle, where their main obstacle is Puffball sabotaging them. Since she was sent away from her team for hurting them last time, this is actually interesting. Puffball can't hurt the plant directly, so instead she has to make the team choose between saving a life or saving their plant. It's pretty clever, as well as the jokes beforehand being pretty funny. She ends up using Ice Cube by making it so the plant will suck up all of his water and kill him, getting him stuck in the ground. Though similarly to the strongest team on Earth, the fact they couldn't use the simple solution of pulling him out or taking off his bracelet feels forced in, though they at least explained them. In the end, they choose to save Ice Cube, allowing them to actually succeed at saving someone for once. While I'm sad another one of their members has to go, this episode showed their team in great detail. Teardrop has 2 funny gags of him being in the real world, him being a raindrop in a windowsill, and him having a family reunion. in a windowsill. It's a solid gag, and nothing else really. And that's the episode. I don't think I have anything else to say, and I'm lazy. I think this episode is pretty good, but just like how I've been feeling about the series overall, it feels like less of a competition and more like a series of small jokes with groups of characters. Not bad, but it was clear from the start who would actually be struggling to win this challenge. I mean, literally 4 of the teams basically do nothing but wait until the other teams fail. Though of course, it's still a fun episode as usual. Well, that was me, Golden Archetype, and stay gold everyone, stay gold.